Work. Okay, so it's recording.
Okay. So, okay. So in previous lessons, we had assumed the population standard deviation was known. In this lesson, we are making a different assumption. What has changed?
That's the first question.
Yeah.
So what are our options? Because I think I might have the answer.
It said, I'm looking at the summary, and it says, you can even understand me. In practice, we rarely know the true standard deviation and will therefore be unable to calculate a z-score. Students' t-distribution gives us a new test statistic that is calculated using the sample standard deviation instead. Does that have any applicability?
No. Well, so isn't it basically that we assume that the standard deviation is unknown? I think that's the only answer that would work.
Sorry, did I like cut out for a second?
I think so.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I think it's the unknown.
That's what I think too.
So we'll go with that. Okay, so now we actually have to do something.
So
I think this is where we use that t equation. What is the S supposed to stand for?
it stands for sample standard deviation.
Okay, so we don't have we don't know for question 4. It's no, we don't have the standard deviation, right? And then we just follow through with the equation to find t. I think for question 5.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, but my question is, do we use 8 at the top? Like, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm confused because hmm, let me do some more reading and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Because it doesn't tell us, but in the equation, that's like the symbol or whatever. So I'm assuming that's what we're gonna go with. Because there's no other number to go off of to do the equation.
Yeah. Well, I bet we're gonna have to do stuff with SPSS this time. Do we have to find the p-value and then use whatever that is for the u, for the mean?
So in the video, I'm sorry, Emily, I know I sound terrible. In the video, it has the steps. I took a picture on my phone. I can send them to you. But first, you compute, well, so obviously it has the null and alternative hypotheses. We've already been given that. And then the second step is to compute the test statistics. So that's the z equals, but it's basically the same thing as the t equation. And then after that equation is when we're supposed to determine the p-value.
Okay.
So
Yeah, could you send that to me and then I'll.
yeah. I don't know if this is 100% because like this is if the standard deviation is known. But I'm assuming we just change out the equations. I'll look and see if I can see anything different in the video.
Okay.
Okay, I just found it. I'll send you another picture. And it's a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. So the first picture that you get doesn't apply to this problem that we're working on right now, but I'm sending you another one that will.
Okay.
So do you know anything about the degrees of freedom? Okay, I don't either.
Okay. So the little bullet points we don't need to worry about because we have the null, like we have the hypothesis, right?
Yeah. At first.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
I don't know what the little O by the mean is. I've never seen that.
Means something.
Does that mean it's the
Oh.
null that you use?
What'd you say?
Does that mean that that's the null hypothesis that you use? Because that same little zero looking dill is by the null hypothesis symbol.
I would assume so. I'll look online and see if I can find anything.
Okay. Because I mean, I think you would pretty much have to use the null because it's kind of hard to calculate the greater than less than one.
Right. I think, well, let's just roll with that for now and see how it goes. So whenever I did that equation, I got 1.5.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, that'll be 1.5.
Yeah.
So for question 5, it's 1.5. Which makes sense because it's got to be like your t-value would have to be similar to like a z-score value because it still has to fit on the applet. So,
Right. Oh, geez.
So are we going to have to use SPSS for this next one?
I think so. It says copy and paste them into your software. Does that mean that we have to copy all these these numbers individually?
Mm,
I'm gonna try not to. See what happens. It doesn't even let us copy and paste.
So one of us could pull SPSS up, and then there's a section in the reading about how to use the SPSS for it. So one of us could give the other person instructions while they're doing it.
Oh, literally you can't you can't highlight the numbers though, like at all. You can't highlight them. So we're gonna have to tell each other all the numbers too. Have a choice but to put them in individually.
Okay. So do you want me to do SPSS or read you the instructions?
Either way, I'll try to.
I don't have SPSS pulled up yet, but I can pull it up really easily.
I have it pulled up if you want me to.
Okay. So let me find the first thing to do. So you go to Analyze, and then Descriptive Statistics, and then Explore.
It says you must have data in the data editor to complete this action because we don't have a data file.
Okay, I'll read the numbers to you.
And I just,
So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do.
I'm just gonna put them like down straight, right?
I assume it does not give us directions how to do that. So, because it just has like you had a data file already. So,
yeah.
But the first one is 98.
Okay.
Then 99.6.
Okay.
97.8.
Okay.
97.6. 98.7.
Did you say 98.5?
98.7.
Okay.
Then 98.4.
Okay.
98.9.
Okay.
97.1.
Okay.
99.2.
Okay.
97.4,
Okay.
99.1,
Okay.
96.9,
Okay.
98.8,
Okay.
99.9,
Okay.
96.8,
Okay.
97, then,
Just 97?
yep, solid 97, and then a 98.7,
Okay.
97.6,
Okay.
98.7 again,
Okay.
and 98.2.
Okay.
And then you go to analyze, descriptive statistics, and then explore.
Okay.
Okay.
And then do I put hang on. I'm just gonna show you my computer screen.
Okay.
So this is where I'm at now.
Maybe.
I can look at the instructions too. I had them pulled up earlier. I'll just switch.
Okay, because maybe we don't need to. But it says that we need to. So, but it's not giving us.
I'm figuring it out from the instructions.
Okay, because I don't. What does the little A looking thing stand for again?
um, okay, I have some stuff. I don't know if this is like what I'm supposed to have. I'm gonna assume so, but and I don't really know what I'm supposed to be looking for on here. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking for the mean, right? Is that our first question? I'll go back to
I'm supposed to be looking for the little X.
Isn't that the
That's
mean?
the population, or that's the sample mean, right?
I think so. So that's gonna be what we have because we don't have anything else, right?
Yeah.
So
What does it look like when you're seeing?
okay, I'm a little confused though. I'll show you what my screen is because I kind of technically have multiple means going on. So sorry, maybe you can see that. So do you see how there's the mean at the top and there's a number for that. And then there's this 95% confidence interval for mean. There's two numbers for that. And then there's a 5% trimmed mean. I'm assuming we use the first one, but I don't really know.
That's what has me confused. Is in the instructions, they're for getting a confidence interval. They're not.
But they're the only instructions we have.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's not.
but in the
anything else.
instructions, it looks like for X they used that top mean.
Okay, let's roll with it then, I guess. So if we're using the top mean, then the statistic is 98.22.
Okay.
And it's 0, 0 after that, so I guess just 98.220.
So,
so what is S? That's our next.
For S, it looks like they used 0.0264. So it's the standard deviation.
Of the mean?
No, so
Or
in
just
the column that says statistic, it's the
so
number like parallel to standard deviation.
so the standard, oh wait, it is different. Never mind, just ignore me. Okay, so standard deviation. So the standard deviation is 0.92201.
So it's just
Did
0.922,
you
right?
get that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I got it. You're good.
Yeah.
So then from this information, we can figure out the t-square, can't we? Or do we need one more statistic?
No, because I think we can use the 98.6.
We need an n though.
Oh, truth, we do. We do.
And I can't tell from this where they're getting n from. N was previously listed in their example.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but wait a minute. Actually, I don't know if this has a difference or not. But we have the level of significance this time. But it doesn't act like.
Trying to find what you sent me. Oh, but we know n, right? Because we just couldn't we count all of these numbers? And that would be n.
Ooh.
1, 2.
Would it be? Oh, hey, Emily, don't kill yourself. I have the number on SPSS.
Okay, I'm like trying to count things.
It's 20 numbers.
Okay, I assume that's the only
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the level of significance would do for n. So
No, that makes sense. Let's try it. Okay, wait a minute, though. Oh, wait, never mind. We know the S too. Okay, did you get negative 1.843?
hold on. I got negative 1.4317.
That's what I got too. But I'm second guessing us. Wait. Never mind. So technically the standard of deviation is still unknown. Okay, so after we find this, we're supposed to determine the degrees of freedom, which I don't really understand, but I guess it says n minus 1. So does that mean we just do 20 minus 1 and that's what we put in for the p-value? I don't get that. That would be dumb if that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, like that wouldn't surprise me though, kind of.
But if that's the case, then you don't even need to know what the t-statistic is.
So it says the degrees of freedom is related to the sample size. As the sample size goes up, the degrees of freedom increase accordingly. For the procedures discussed in this lesson, the degrees of freedom equal the sample size minus 1.
Sample size okay, so
it's 19. I'm comfortable with that level of math.
Me too. But then my question is what do we put in? Like, what is the purpose of that?
Where are you finding it asking about the degrees of freedom?
It's in the message I sent you. It's in the steps it's our next step, technically.
Oh, to find that, okay.
That's what it says for step 3. And then we determine the p-value. But I'm like, what's the point in even finding that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Maybe we should just ignore it for now. I mean, I don't think that's what we're actually supposed to put in on the applet.
Yeah. I don't think it matters.
Wait. So once you pull up the applet, there's a spot that is for the degrees of freedom. So there's like an extra spot. So we'll have to put our t-score in, and then with 19 degrees of freedom is at the top.
I see that. Okay. I don't remember how to find a p-value.
And do you know, do we do anything different as far as shading goes?
I don't remember how to find the p-value.
It's just the value at the bottom.
The p-value is?
I thought it's just the area.
Oh, it could be.
It's so on the applet, you know, the area thing at the top after you put in the T-score. That's what I'm assuming it is. And then we're supposed to say whether it rejects or fails to reject the null hypothesis.
I'm going to sneak back to lesson 9 and check that out real fast. Because I don't know what we're supposed to shade.
Actually, Emily, I'll show you in the book. It says the p-value is shaded in green, and this is what it shows. So I think if we just shade on both sides, then we're good.
But is that just for that specific problem? Yeah, that's what it does it change?
I don't know. This is in step 4 of something. Oh, 3.2.
Okay. I just ran back to lesson 9 really fast because it's not where we learned about it originally.
I think so, but this is a different applet. So I don't know if the rules are going to be the same.
Okay.
I mean, it's mostly the same.
So the p-value is the probability that we would get a z-score that is as extreme or more extreme than z. Assuming the true mean is what computing the p-value, we need to consider the negative value of z, the positive value of z. Using the applet, we shade the area in both tells and then type in the value of z.
It's good for about 15 minutes.
So I assume it's both ends of the contiguous an area of 0.150.
Okay. So
I'm still not getting it.
wait, are you having trouble putting it in the applet?
No, I don't get what it's saying.
So if
I
we
mean,
do
I
it,
guess that's right.
if we do it the way that it is, then once we find the p-value, we compare it to the level of significance. And
But
so
hold on.
if the
What's
p-value
going-
is greater than the level of significance,
But we're not done yet. What's going on with our hypotheses? Because I don't think that we necessarily shade both sides. I think it depends on if the null hypothesis and the other hypothesis are like equal to each other, or if one is less than. Does that make sense? I found this table.
Hypothesis is all.
It's like the two-tailed and the left-tailed thing.
we're done shading on the applet.
Yeah, so
I don't know, that's the only example that it
I think it might actually be that it's left-tailed because the alternative hypothesis, the mean is less than 98.6. Let me share my screen with you and show you the thing that I'm looking at in lesson 9, and I think it'll make sense.
okay.
Okay. So do you see this like table? Go here. This one's huge.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you think it's we go according to the left-tailed.
Yeah, because this is what our hypotheses are doing right now. So I think we only shade right there.
Okay, so let me try that. So 0.0405.
I'm getting a point.
Head over in like 10 minutes.
I'm getting a 0.075.
I'm not doing the hot tub with Will.
So on your applet you have it at 1.5, but I have mine at 1.843.
That's because I used an old z-score that we found, or the old t-score. Dang it.
It's all good.
4.3. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Oh, I can also stop sharing my screen with you.
So that's our p-value, right?
I think so. So you typed in 0.040, right?
0.041. We round up.
Oh yeah, there is a 5.
So then from there we compare that to the level of significance. If it's greater than the level of significance, then we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Which
Yes.
that's just barely less than the level of significance. We reject the null hypothesis then?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're going to have to do a thing.
Another question. Do you want me to read the values to you again, or do you want me to do the SPSS stuff?
Either way, I mean, I still have all my stuff pulled up, but we can, if you can too.
I'm good with whatever is most convenient for you.
Let's just have me re-put the numbers in because my voice sounds not so good. So I'll let you do the talking on this one.
Okay, so let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm on value 1.
Okay, so 59,
Okay.
14,
Okay.
37,
Okay.
62,
62.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
68,
Okay.
2,
Okay.
15,
Okay.
9, and then 157, 27,
Okay.
37,
Okay.
then 2,
Okay.
then 55,
Okay.
then 86,
Uh-huh.
then 14, 4,
Okay. Okay.
40,
Okay.
36,
Okay.
47,
Okay.
9,
Okay.
and 61.
Okay. And then analyze descriptive statistics, explore, assuming we do everything the same.
Yeah. How did you get it to finally pull something up last time?
I'll show you. So all you have to do, it's pretty simple. It's similar to what we've done before. You just put the information over to the dependent list,
Mhm.
and that's what it's said to do in the instructions. And then you can alter the confidence interval for the mean in the statistics, but I don't think we're messing with that. And then you just hit OK.
Okay.
Once I hit that, then come on, dude. Here we go. So then it automatically pulls up my information.
Okay. So somewhere I was just missing that before. Do you remember where we found all of the other stuff before? Do you want me to pull it up again?
What do you mean?
Like the X and the S, do you remember where we found that before on there, or do you need me to pull it up?
Oh, I think I remember. The X is just the mean, and then the S is the standard deviation, right?
Yeah.
So this time it automatically jumps to p-value though, so that's not fun. Okay, so the X 41.1, and then on the bottom our S is going to be 36.26641 if you want the whole number.
32.
36.2
Okay.
6641.
36.241. Okay.
Let me read it to you one more time. I didn't hear you exactly. 36.26641.
Okay.
Okay. So 40 minutes is the other number we'll use on top, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And then the N
But we're
is,
not giving an N.
yeah, so last time the N was just the amount of numbers we had, right?
Oh, it'll still be 20. Okay, so I got 0.1356.
I'm still working on it. 7, 2, 1.
And then this time our shading will be different too.
Yeah, this time the shading is both cells.
What'd you say?
This time the shading will be both tells. So I got 0.36 or 0.136.
Yeah, when you round up.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out this time the degrees of freedom is still 19, right?
Yeah.
So then for the area, I get 0.8933.
Yep, that's what I did.
Okay, so we'll just do 0.893 for the p-value then. And then this time it would fail to reject the null hypothesis, right? Because it's greater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why am I not taking my phone?
So let's see. So this time on question 13, we're going to just shade the left tail, right? And so that means the p-value decreases.
I need to like take a picture and write that stuff down. That way I remember.
Unless the table.
Yeah, well, for the two-tailed left, right,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, that would have been really helpful last week.
Yeah, for real. Okay. So, from that chart, what do we change? Do we just highlight the right side now?
I think we just highlight the left side.
Okay.
No.
So everything,
Yeah, it's just the left side.
so then I get an area of 0.4466.
Yeah, that's what I got. So
So that would mean it would.
asks us if the p-value decreases. Yeah.
What decision do you make? It still fails to reject the null hypothesis since it's bigger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now construct a 95% confidence interval for the true mean. So I actually already have these answers, I think. Lower and upper. Put in the
What?
that I've already found. I think we just put in the numbers that I already found, which is awesome. Sorry. Okay. So up here, see the confidence interval for mean, and then it has lower bound and upper bound right there.
Oh, cool.
You want me to just keep that there so you can write the numbers down?
I kind of can't see them super well, so maybe if you just read them, it would be easiest.
Okay. Okay, so for the lower one, it's 24.1268.
Okay, so we just round to 1 decimal place. So
1
4.
decimal place. So that'll just be 24.1 then.
Okay.
And then for the other one, it's 58.1.
58.1.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shoot. I got 15 out of 17. First, on the last 2 questions, it's giving me those aren't right.
What? You cut out, sorry.
I don't know how we're supposed to do 15 and 16, or if I'm supposed to do something different, because I didn't get those 2 right. The last 2.
Yeah, I didn't get them right either. Let me just see in the lesson.
And then the p-value for number 11, but everything.
I'm probably not going to bother to resubmit. I'm really fine with my score, but I'll look up in the lesson to see how we construct the confidence interval. I kind of think that's something from the last lesson, possibly.
Okay, so I probably need to kind of catch up on that.
Yeah, but there could possibly be a different formula since we don't know the standard deviation.
Mm. P-value was wrong on number 11 though too.
We must have just calculated something wrong because we're obviously doing it right because we got the p-value right once.
Yeah. Did we shade correctly? Because I don't think.
What did the
Yeah, we
hypothesis?
did. We tried.
Yeah, because you shade both tells when they're.
Which is, that's what we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I just
We must have
accidentally.
just did like our math wrong somewhere.
You know what? That would affect the other answers too, right? If I accidentally put a number in wrong.
I got it wrong.
I mean, like, I'm gonna check and see if I heard you right. Oh, okay, I already found it. Wait, no, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm trying to go back through the numbers that you gave me.
Okay, I think I almost have the confidence interval thing figured out, so I'm just gonna keep reading for a second.
Okay, I accidentally wrote down 58 on one that it was supposed to be 68.
Oh.
I'm gonna check and see if that's the only one.
Okay, so I'm reading in the instructions, and it does give us a formula, but then it says We will use SPSS to construct confidence intervals when sigma is unknown. Values of T and S will be computed for us. Oh, so maybe we still have to use the formula.
So what are you getting at?
Well, that's what I was saying I was confused about because we did use SPSS. But it does give us a formula. I can write it down and show it to you.
Okay. Okay, so I changed our numbers, and I think that may have been why we were getting it wrong.
Okay.
But that wouldn't affect the p-value, but that affects the lower and the upper for the confidence interval.
What does it say for the lower and the upper?
24.4 and then 58.7. Well, the lower one would be 24.5 if you rounded.
So hold on, let me do some math and see what this gives me.
Okay.
So our X, or excuse me, so what was our S again? It was 32. Okay, hold on. So 0.316. And our X was 41.1 times 36 point divided by the square root of 20, which is you. Which is 80.136 times 8.109, 4175, which gives you 1.102888078. 41.7. One point 102.8078 equals. So I'm getting 39.997 when I use this formula.
For the p-value?
No, for the confidence interval. That's for the lower. Because T was 0.136, wasn't it?
What did 0.13, yeah, 6 basically.
So, hold on, I'll show you what I'm looking at.
I like when SPSS does it for us.
Yeah. So this is the formula right here.
Looks nasty.
it's really not, because you've already got, like, you already have your t-square computed, and you already computed the other portion, like the s over square root of n when you're doing your t-square anyways. So all you have to do is take away the 40, like the x from all of that. It's just type the numbers back into your calculator.
So 39.997 for the lower, and then is the equation is a little bit different for the upper.
So for the upper one, rather than subtracting the x, you add it. So all the numbers stay the same, you just add.
Add it, okay.
So I can do that again.
So for the lower one, we're supposed to round to 1 decimal. So technically, would we just round up to 40?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that p-value though. I'm kind of like whatever.
We could compute it, but I don't really care. Because if we fix this and we get these right, then that brings our score up and we'll have an A anyways, and we know what we did wrong, so that solves the problem. I don't know if that's the right way to look at it, but
It all works.
so then for the
Isn't a
upper,
good way to look at it either, but
what?
I said, which isn't a good way to look at it either, but
So for the upper, it would be 42.2 or just 42.
40 42.2, right? We since we round to 1 decimal.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm just gonna submit this, and
Okay.
I didn't even answer the p-value one. Still no go on those.
Seriously?
Wait, have you submitted yours yet?
No, so do you want me to try the values the SPSS is giving us?
Yeah,
now?
I just want to see if they're right.
Okay, so what were they again? 24.
5 for the lower,
Okay.
and then for the upper one, it will be 58.7.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have tried that with my own quiz.
No worries. No worries.
Would you be able to read me the answers, because I didn't
Yes, I can.
write them down.
Okay, so let's see here. True. Question 3, we assume standard deviation is unknown. Question 4, no. Question 5, 1.5.
Okay.
Question 6, 98.22. And then question 7 is 0.92.
0.92.
0.922.
Okay.
And then question 8 is negative 1.843. Question 9 is 0.041.
Okay.
And then for question 10, it's reject the null hypothesis.
Okay.
Question 11, don't know.
Okay.
Question 12, fail to reject the null hypothesis. And then 13 is decrease. 14 is fail to reject the null hypothesis. Do you need the numbers again for 15 and 16?
No, I have them written down.
Okay.
So 15 and 16 are still wrong.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Well, we'll have to work on that, I guess.
I have no clue what we're doing wrong. There is from last lesson with that formula that I used. There was one that when it was asking you like for a specific like in specific intervals, like 95%, you used 1.96 for the z-score, no matter what. So I wonder if there's a t-score like that we're supposed to be using. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything like that in the chapter, but I didn't read the chapter that close either.
Okay, so this is completely off topic, but I just got like a notification on my discussion board. This is like literally a 1 in a million chance, and I don't even